Yo, this is Terrell Hall of Fame. This is Bully Rants. Um, like I said, this was a three-part series, and I always answer the questions that anybody sends in to me, and I try to do my best to answer them. And, in regards to dogs and stuff, I don't get into people's personal stuff. I think that's should be handled between people. But anyway, as far as the dogs go, and I don't bite my tongue. I keep it real as far as these situations go. When you start talking about, most of y'all's questions was about, y'all wanted me to judge the show, so to speak, or me to give you an honest opinion on the dogs there, and what did I see and what didn't I like, and all those good things. And I'll tell you right now, I focused in, for one, on the champions class. And because the champions class is supposed to be the upper echelon of everything we do. So that's the class where I'm supposed to, if I'm just in a rush, I'm supposed to be able to go to the champions class and the grand champions class, and this is the creme de la creme of what we do. The biggest problem I had, and I was standing next to a friend of mine, so I won't say what his name is, but he's a dog man, a lot of experience like myself, 20 years, or he might even have more than 20 years, who knows. But, we know dogs. I'm not going to run off everything that I know, but I'm going to tell y'all just with the American Bully, it's close to 20 years for me, and I'm not even that old. That's over half of my life. I've got a lot of experience with dogs. I studied all of this shit just like y'all did, even before a lot of people was studying it. So I know how a rear is supposed to look. I know how a top line is supposed to look. The feet. I've helped write standards before. I do this. I judge sometimes now. But at the end of the day, I know what a dog is supposed to look like. And the biggest issue that I seen in the champions class right off top was high rears. Y'all can look at the photos, y'all can do whatever. Even stacking the dog, you can see from the rear that the back slanted down towards the shoulders. That's a high rear, people. If your dog is stacked and he's at a 90-degree angle down at the feet, and his back is still pointing downwards towards his neck, that's a high rear that's causing that. Now, we could talk about the back issues or whatever you want to say, but that initiates from the rear. Another problem I saw was a total lack of muscle in a lot of these dogs' rears. That was sort of weird to me, because you would see some dogs that was very, if we want to call it top or front heavy, and then you would look at the rear and it didn't match. We have to remember this, that symmetry is a part of judging a dog. You can't have the cartoon figure where the bulldog is gigantic up front with the tiny little butt in the back. That's not what we do here, people. So that was another issue that sort of stunned me as this being a champion class, and that I don't go out very often anymore. Then to see, and most of you may not know what cowhawked is, but a lot of these champion dogs, they were so cowhawked to the point to where pretty much their back legs looked almost like they were hitting each other. That's not supposed to be the way. The legs are not supposed to be just coming in like that. That's not the way it's supposed to be. Now we can go on and on and on, and there were other issues, but my biggest problem with this is, how are these champions? These are the dogs that are promoted for our breeding stock. These are the dogs that are representing the dogs around the world. It's always the biggest class, and maybe that's a problem. Because when every time the champion class, which is the elite class, has more dogs than every other class, that is telling you right off top that there are too many champions. But constantly and consistently we do this over and over and over again. Eventually we have to get to a point to where we're not doing that and making a better dog. And as we go through class by class, the rears were a big issue. And the funny thing about this was, I didn't see as many bad fronts as I usually do, which is a good sign. Bad fronts is what I mean is bow-leggedness, or easty-westy feet, any type of turn. The fronts were a lot better. The rears are absolutely horrible, and it's all throughout the breed now. And the only way that this changes is if the judges stop handing out ribbons to these dogs with horrible rears. If your rear is not conformationally correct, or up to the standard of your front, we do have two problems. Not only do you have a horrible ass rear, but now you're a mismatched dog. You don't have good symmetry. We're not putting in half a dog into the champion class and discounting the rest. That is a major problem, and if we're going to make the breed better, the rear ends on this dogs have to improve. However, I can already hear y'all saying, well, how does it improve? It's only one way to improve it: eliminate it. So many of y'all are scared to face the fact that you have a problem in the rear end, that you are continuously pushing it. And the part that disgusts me the most is because it's being allowed to win. So if it continues to be allowed to win, people are going to continue to put it in the ring, people are going to continue to breed it, and we're going to have more and more of these mismatch ass puppies. Now we will go on to the next one. I will see y'all on that one. Probably the more controversial one, but let's have at it. Peace.